then the next products that I have are concealer, eye primers, powders, contour and things like that. I don't have many of those, so I thought I'd just put them in all at once. So let's start off with the primers. I do have this primer right here, and it's actually not in its container anymore because, as you can see, there's not many left, but it was actually this one. And this is actually a really nice one from Henna, and it's supposed to be something like a day cream and a primer all in one, and it makes your skin feel so soft, and it makes my foundation stay on like for the whole entire day. Then I have this tiny little primer from NYX. It's a pore filler one. I don't think I've actually tried this one, but I got this one in a Christmas mystery box kind of thing, I think. Then I have the Benefit Professional, and I've actually never tried this one as well, I think. I don't have any memories of this, so I will try this very soon if this one is empty, because I want to make this empty first. Then I have two eyeshadow primers from MAC. I have one in the shade Painterly, and I have one in the shade Groundwork. And Painterly is actually my shade which I always use in my videos. It very much looks like my skin tone, but a little bit darker because I'm actually like really pale. And then this one is for a deeper skin tone, as you can see, but I had this one in my collection because I did makeup school. And I like to have this in my kit for if I have to do someone with a darker skin tone than I have. We have concealers. I do have this concealer from Rimmel London, and as you can see, it's pretty far gone. I did use this one a lot for putting under the eyeshadow because this was a very natural eyeshadow base, so I should probably use this one up as well. And then I recently bought two concealers from Jeffree Star Cosmetics in the shade C2 and C0, and C0 is actually the white one and C2 is a very light skin tone one because I am actually really pale, as you can see. But I actually have this one on right now, right here, and on the pimple that was right there, but actually not anymore because it covered it up. We have powders. So I have this translucent powder from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and I have one which is almost like totally empty, as you can see, and the other one is a little bit more fuller. So I do want to make this up, but it's actually like my favorite setting powder, because this powder actually like makes your makeup stay on the whole entire day, and it doesn't flash back when you make a flash picture, which actually always really nice. And then I have, well, I put it in powder, but I could actually put it in foundation as well, because this is a powder foundation. I do have two from the same one, from the same color, and if you followed me for a while, you know that I've been using this one a lot, and you can actually see that as well. I'm actually really happy that I have one extra, but it was a 1+1 deal, so that's why I have two. I have some MAC concealers. This is the light version, which you can see is very well used, and this product is actually, I think, empty. Let's see. Yeah, it's actually empty. And then I have one for a darker skin tone as well. We're gonna go to the bronzer and contour things. So this is actually a face palette from Contour. So it's not liquid and it's not powder. It's creams, and it actually looks really nice, and I've used this like recently on myself, and I could use like many colors, because if you use like a light hand, it's actually really nice to use these. Then I have the Butter Bronzer in the shade Light Bronzer. This is actually not a normal shade, it's the very light one. I think it looks okay. I don't think this is the best shade for me. I could probably go for the normal one, because I like to have a little bit more of a shape than a very subtle color on the skin. But I love the way this is scented because it smells like cocos, and I love cocos. So yeah, really nice. I don't use this tiny little thing which underneath here, and I do think it's really nice that it has a tiny mirror. And then we're going to the Earth Angel palette from Benefit. This is actually a face palette, and it has Hula Bronzer, it has Cookie Highlighter, it has Honeymoon Blush, and Georgia, which is a blush topper. And as you can see, I always use this one, which I have on my face as well today. And then the last one is the MAC. Yeah, you can put these colors in yourself, but those are actually all from MAC. This is a brightening powder and this is a contour shade, which is, like, as you can see, a bronzer shade is more warm toned than a contour one. So if you take a look at this bronzer, it's way softer and it looks way more warm toned than this one, because this is a contour one and this actually looks cool toned, because then you can actually like really shape the face. But I do like the look of using a little bit of a bronzer instead of a contour one. And then there are two blushes in here, one deeper and one a little bit more lighter. So the next category we're going to is blush now. So I do have some, well, it's not the most kind of products that I have. I do like blush and I love to use blush. So why my collection is a little bit growing with all the blushes. So let me first start off with the palette. So what you just saw was the Benefit palette, and obviously this one has a blush in here as well. Then I have a mini mix palette from Ofra, and this one has 6 colors in here. I got this in an Ofra mystery box, which I really enjoyed. So I do have a video on my channel of that, but these are actually like very beautiful colors. And then I have the Full Fantasy blush palette from Luna Beauty and Laura Lee Los Angeles, which are 2 makeup brands from 2 YouTubers that I actually love and followed for a while. So this one has 2 highlighters and 4 blushes, and the blush shades and the highlighters obviously, but these shades are like so beautiful and I actually really love to use these. So yeah, I love to have these in my collection. And then I got this tiny one from Bobbi Brown. This is actually the shade that I have on my face right now, and this is actually one of my favorite colors for blush. I actually got this from my boyfriend, I think Valentine last year or the year before that. I think the year before that, I'm not really sure, but I got this from him for Valentine and he asked me what I wanted. I said I wanted a blush, and then he asked me to like search for some blushes on makeup websites. So I did, and I chose 6 or 7 for him to choose from, and he actually chose this one and I love this color. Then I have the Natasha Denona Rose Cheek Duo, which is actually a duo of a blush and a highlighter, and this one is actually very pretty as well. It's a cream blush and a powder highlighter, and those are so beautiful. I got this on holiday in Sephora and I love this. And then I have a mini blush palette, well, blush, mini face kind of palette from She Glam. This is in a peach color and this is actually a highlighter and this is a blush. But I have to say, this quality of this blush and this highlighter is so good, and for that price, like, you cannot go wrong. Like, this looks so beautiful and it doesn't even look that cheap, to be honest, and it doesn't feel really cheap, if I have to say so. This is another one from She Glam. This is in the collaboration with Laura Lee, and this is a blush, a liquid one. So it's actually on here and then you boop it on your skin and then you blend it out with a brush or your fingers or a sponge, just whatever you like to do with it. But I actually love this packaging and this color is so very beautiful. I do have to like watch out that I don't put that much on my skin, because my skin is like way paler than Laura hers is, but I do have the packaging still here because I think she looks so beautiful and this actually looks so pretty, so I wanted to keep it to support her. And then I have some more. So I do have a blush from Morphe 2. It's the Pick Up Cheek and Lip color and it looks like this. This is actually a very beautiful color. I really like it. It has like many uses in it, as you can see, and it's actually like a cream one, so you can put it straight on your face if you don't have any foundation or something on there, or you can just use the fingers or use a blush. This is a blush, or use a brush with it. And I have 2 of these Morphe Wonder Tint. They are cheek and lip mousses, and this one is in the shade FYP, and it looks very pretty and pink. And then the other one is Peach Out, which is in a collaboration with Maddie Ziegler. But I just thought this color looked so beautiful, like look at that. Then I do have a blush from Rare Beauty, which is actually a very pretty natural color on me. And I actually always use my fingers when I am applying this product. This is actually not pink or peach. It's more a brown toned-ish blush. But it's still very, very beautiful. And I actually love the product. I love the way that it looks. It looks so beautiful and luxe and pretty. Like, I love the whole aesthetic of Rare Beauty and I would love to try more products, but it's actually like kind of hard to find in the Netherlands, so that's actually like really, really sad. Then I have this single blush. It's in the shade Utopia. And it's actually a pressed pigment. I think it's from NYX as well. The color is very, very pretty. It is a very small product. Probably you could use like this one for such a long time because you don't have to use that much blush. Then I have this blush from Kimchi Thick Beauty. It's in the shade Peachy and it looks like this. So you have this darker shade and this lighter shade. And this lighter one is actually a little bit too light for me. Well, it's just to brighten up the skin, but I like to combine those two. So I just put my brush in there and then apply it on the cheeks. And it looks so beautiful. And I think this packaging is so cute. It's just like this tiny little heart. Then I have this blush from Ofra. It's a collaboration with Samantha Marsh. And it's called Chick Lit. And it's actually like such a pretty color. So this is more of a topper because it's actually like a little bit darker and shiny. And this is the blush. And I think it looks very, very pretty. And I got this one in the mystery box as well. Then I have this Morphe 2 Eye Wish Shadow Stick. It's in like this very bright color pink. So this is actually supposed to be an eyeshadow stick, but like the color, I said if I use this on my eyes, well, I could because I think it looks pretty, but I can use it like as a blush on my nose, a little bit on the cheeks as well. So that's why it's in my blush drawer. And then I have the last two blushes, which are from the Roxy X Revolution collection. It's a pink one and it's a more peach one, and they both look very, very beautiful. And as you can see, they are liquid blushes. So yeah, those are all of the blushes. So now we're gonna go on to the highlighters, and I do have to say I actually love highlighters. So I do have like pretty much, I would say. It's not like too much, I think, at least. Some people do think it, but I love using highlighter, and I almost use I use highlighter like almost every time when I put on makeup. So I do have this one, which I cut it out of a big palette, which I have a video on my channel, so I will link that in the eye. The video was actually like, the disclaimer, it was like not such a good product. So I actually loved this one, so I took it out, and as you can see, I already hit pan, and it's actually a really nice highlighter. So then very quickly we do have these two again because they have highlighters in them as well. And then we're gonna go to the highlighter palettes. So in this Earth Angel palette from Benefit is the highlighter Cookie, which is actually a very nice highlighter. It makes your skin look very pretty and glowy and beautiful and healthy, which is actually very nice for almost every skin tone that I've used it on. And I've used it on many skin tones, like from like pale as me, like way darker than I am actually. Then I have the Full Fantasy palette, like I just said. It has two highlighter shades, and these are actually really nice as well. And then I have one highlighter palette. It's from Jeff Star Cosmetics, and it's the Platinum Skin Frost Pro palette. Like, the outer packaging is so pretty as well, and look how pretty these highlighters are. Like, they are so beautiful, and these two are actually more like a little bit of a highlighter topper, so they are more glittery. But these other ones are very, very beautiful highlighters. And this one I can actually use on my skin tone because it's like not a too dark of a highlighter. It actually look very dark in a pan, but it's just a little lavender kind of tint. And I actually do have this one in a bigger pan. So, like I just said, I do have that one in a bigger pan. So, it's what it's look like. It's called Ice Cold. And I've used this one a lot. Like, one of the first expensive highlighters that I got. and it's so beautiful and it's perfect for my skin tone. So I still use this like a lot. When we are still here in the Jeffree Star Cosmetics, I do have 2 of these Supreme Frost. Well, I have 1 Supreme Frost and 1 Extreme Frost. So the Supreme Frost is in this pink packaging. It's called Money Honey, and it's actually like a green brownish shift, and it looks so beautiful. And if I don't put it on too heavily, you cannot even see that I have highlighter on my skin until I turn my cheek like this. And then I have the Extreme Frost in the shade Sore Eyed, and this one is so beautiful, and it actually has pearls in it. And if you see, like, look at that, it looks so pretty. And like, even on the skin, like, I have to like barely use this, so that's why there's just a little dent in it, because I have used this a lot. Then I have this highlighter beads from Winnie the Pooh. It's the Winnie the Pooh collection from Catrice. I have actually like used this once, and I wasn't like the biggest fan of it, but I thought I maybe not used it the right way, I mean, because I've actually never used a highlighter like this. So I want to try this out again, but I got this one for Christmas, which I actually think it looks so cute. Like, look at the packaging, and all the little beads in there are like little how to say that, yeah, the pink ones are like little honey jars, just like, because he always loves to use honey. And then I have 2 liquid highlighters from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. They open like this, and then they have this thing coming out there. So this is a pink one. It's the shade Ice Queen. It's actually a very beautiful color. I have the shade Frostbite, which is a very metallic snowy color, actually perfect for my skin tone. And then I have 2 blue ones. This one is called Prostitute, and then I have Blue Balls, and these 2 are actually so beautiful. But like, if you look at this and you're thinking, well, you're so pale, that purpley isn't gonna look very beautiful. Well, you can use this as eyeshadow toppers as well, make it a little bit more shimmery, or in a corner highlighter, which looks very beautiful. And then now we're in the liquid highlighter portion. I do have 2 liquid highlighters from NYX. Let me see the colors. This one is called Gleam, and then we have Sunbeam. So as you can see, this one is darker than this one, but they both are very beautiful. And the size is actually really nice, so you can put it in your purse because it's not too big, and you can just like put it on your hand or directly on your face and then tap it in with your finger, and you don't have to use much because liquid highlighters are really nice. Then I have 2 liquid highlighters from the Roxy X Revolution collection, and this is the shades. I cannot really see the name of the shades, but as you can see, this one is a lighter one than this one. Both very beautiful. They look kind of a little bit similar to the NYX ones, but they're still really beautiful, and they're very nice for in the summer. My last liquid highlighter is the one from Chic Glam, and it's the collaboration with Laura Lee, just like the blush. And then this is what the highlighter looks like. So it's such a pretty color. I do have to be careful with this one not to put in too much on, because I am very pale, like I told you before. Then I have 3 highlighter sticks from the Colourpop X Wings Club collection, and I've actually bought the whole collection. Well, the eyeshadow palette, the highlighters, and the lip glosses, and this whole collection was so beautiful. So let me show you the purple one, and this is Stormy. It's the purple one. Then we have the white one, and this is called Icy, which are the names of those bad girls in the series. And then we have the greener one, and this is called Darcy. Oh my god, it's actually like disappearing from the bottle. That is so sad. Okay, so if you thought, well, that's pretty much highlighter, that should probably be it. Well, it's not. So I do have some more. I have one from KVD Beauty. Before it was KVD, it was Kat von D Beauty, and this is the older packaging. I'm not really sure if they still sell this. It's the shade gold school. It's like a little bit of a gold shine in it, but it looks very pretty in the sun and in the summer. Then I have a highlighter from Physician Formula. It's called Diamond Dust. It's very beautiful. I got this summer, well, last summer, and it's actually like more of a highlighter topper, so it's more a little bit glittery, but I love the way this is looking, and in the pen it looks very pretty as well. Then I have this highlighter from MAC. It's called Soft and Gentle, and if you've been in the makeup community for a while, or if you followed any YouTube videos, like everyone used to use this, and I actually like totally get why, because this is such a pretty highlighter shade. Like this fits so many skin tones, just like the Jeffree Star Cosmetics one. This is so beautiful and like very nice. This is a baked one, so that means it's actually pressed differently in here, and I think it looks very pretty, and you can like barely see that I've used it. You can just see a little dent in there, and I have used this like so much. Then I have one from Wet n Wild, and this one is very pretty as well. I bought this last summer, and it's like such a really nice highlighter. The packaging is actually really cheap, but Wet n Wild is so affordable, so I wouldn't mind like spending that money on that. Then we have two brands left. So I have two highlighters from Fenty Beauty. I have one in the shade Chills, which I got in Rome, and it's with a blue shift. It's a little bit of an icy shade, but it looks so beautiful, and as you can see, I have a big dent in there because I've used this a lot. And I've probably told you this before, but I use my highlighters like on my nose, on my bridge, on my cheeks, and mostly underneath the brow bone. Well, the brow, and that's on the brow bone and in the inner corner, but sometimes I use them as eyeshadow as well. So the other one from Fenty Beauty is, it's a double-sided one, and this one is called Girl Next Door, and this is Thick Prick. And I do have to say, I love both of them. This one is a little bit more glittery than this one is, and this one is a little bit more subtle and shiny than that one is. But they both look very beautiful, and very beautiful on many skin tones. And then I have 4 over highlighters. So I have the highlighter Milk and Cookies, which is like actually one of my favorite highlighters, and this is Milk and that's Cookies, but I use Milk the most because it's the lighter shade. And this one was actually in the Ofra Cosmetics mystery box as well, which I have a video on my channel, which I mentioned before. Then I have the shade Everglow, which was a collaboration with Nikki Tutorials. It has 3 shades in it, a lighter one which I used for highlighter, and you can see a very big dent which I hit pan on, then this darker shade and the most dark shade. This one I cannot use on my skin tone because, as you can see, very pale. I just used these two as highlighters on my eyeshadow, which actually very nice to use as well, because then when you go away on a holiday or something, you just don't have to get too much product with you. You can just take something like this. And then I have the shade Beam the Haters, which is also a Nikki Tutorial collaboration. And again, it's a darker shade which I have used for eyeshadow, but you can barely see that I've used it, so it looks very beautiful. I do have to say I don't use it that much anymore. And then I have the shade Beverly Hills, which to me is so beautiful, and I got in the Over mystery box as well. I really love this pink shade and this shade right here. This one would be nice for my skin tone, but I do think these two are a little bit too dark for my skin tone as a highlighter, but still very beautiful. Those were all of my highlighters.